Welcome back, fellas. We're going to try this video from this side of the truck because I'm right-handed and I keep seeing myself getting in your way with my arm and stuff because I'm right-handed. So we're going to try it from the left side, see how it works. Hopefully it'll make a better video for you guys. Like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, please. And follow on all the social media channels. Okay, so we just went and printed out the new template. So we're going to do this right on the truck with you guys. So let's take this motor off. Now this should be slam dunk installation, nothing to it. Put that there. We shouldn't have to do anything to this except remove the motor, which is already in our reverse motor mount, and this brace. That's my plan because the hole's going to go about right there. So let's do that. And let's go here. And hopefully I'm going to do it just right so that, oh no, nope, doesn't work like that. Maybe that's a double piece. So, I mean, I'm hoping this is going to be able to double for the installation video because it'd be a bummer to have to make a new one just for this, but that goes underneath that. Let's see, because you know you always want to try to take off as few bolts as humanly possible. Aha! There's one. Success. So 3 bolts, and you're there. So you guys I don't think you guys have anything in the way of that screw. So 3 screws. You remove that. Now, I don't know which size screws. I know it's going to be a 4 mil. We're going to do a couple of 4 mil flatheads. We'll just grab a couple out of the box here. That's a 5. Grab a couple out of the box here. That looks about right. So what we're going to do is we're going to take, now I put 2 chassis. So what we should be able to do is just take and screw this screw. Now I ain't never done this before, y'all, so, and I'll find the right size screws, but this is how shit gets done. You know, you just use what's laying around if you can. Now don't go crazy on the torque, because this is just going to be a piece of 3D printed material here. So now, I did make the hole 5 thou oversized, so let's see if my estimation on the hole size was right. A little tight. A little on the tight side. Probably should have checked that before I got there. Now, I'm sure you guys have seen somebody drill a hole before. So, should I do this off camera or bring the trash can up there? I'll cut this part out. But all I'm going to do is drill straight through this template and into the chassis. And then I'm going to take the special drill . Alright, I'll of course fast forward through that. As you can see, went straight through there. Now I've got a nice little hole right there. So I'm going to put you guys on pause and I'm going to go grab a 90-degree center drill that will be included with this kit. So hang tight. Alright, so I'm back. Now this is our 1408 kit right here. And this will have a 3mm drill in it, and it'll have this special 90-degree countersink drill. It's called a center drill in a machine shop. Some catalogs and stuff will call it a combination drill countersink. call it whatever you want. But what we're going to do is, now that we have drilled our hole, where's my drill? Now that we have drilled our hole through the chassis, I didn't want to get my table all messed up, right? We drilled a hole through our chassis. So now we're going to come back, and the tip of this drill, hopefully you can see that, the tip of this drill is the same size as the hole we just drilled through the chassis. And this is a 90 degree countersink, okay? And 90 degree is what's on the back side of a metric screw, okay? That's 90 degree, not 82 like a standard screw. So what we're going to do, we screwed that on, we drilled our hole. Now we're going to remove our drill guide, okay? I'm going to do it so you guys can see it. Of course, I'll have the right side. Am I in your way again? I am. Ugh. I'm working on it, guys. I'll do it like that. Now you can. And you can throw these included screws in your junk screw drawer like that. You're done with this. And see, we got a nice little hole right in between those holes, dead in line with that hole. And what we're going to do is we're going to very carefully use this countersink drill, center drill. We're going to very carefully use safety glasses. We're going to very carefully, I'm going to do this right on the table. I would normally probably do this on the floor, but I want you guys to see what I'm doing. So, I got something else to stabilize this thing. Good old Matt. Officer Matt hooked me up with these things, and they are handy dandy. Alright, what I need. I'll fast forward through some of this with you. I just want the chassis kind of flat so you can see what I'm doing, because I want to do this part on camera. Because what we're going to do is we're going to very slowly make this countersink. Super easy, super slow. Now, once you can see the side of the countersink going into the drill, all right, check it with a screw, a 3mm screw. You don't want to screw this up and drill all the way through your chassis. So you see how easy that was? So look, I'm below the screw head, right? The screw head is below because you don't want it scraping on stuff. So you're going to want to go about that deep. Once you can start to see, I'm hoping I can find the right spot. Once you can see the side of the countersink is below, you'll know that the screw will be below the surface. And that's what you want. So I'm going to dump these chips off, and then here, I'm going to go off camera, clean this little mess up so I don't grind this into my table surface. Hold it tight. Okay, got that little mess cleaned up. I'm kind of anal about stuff like that. I don't want to grind chips into my table. So now we're done with the special countersink drill. Okay, we can put that aside, save that for later, because now you know how to drill and countersink a hole, and you have the equipment to do it on the fly. You always want to make sure you're putting it in the right place, of course. Now, let's flip this sucker over and see if it worked. I'm missing the one piece because I took this piece apart. So let's go ahead. Go ahead and pop a couple of screws in here. Because we're going to reassemble this sucker real quick here. Alright. Okay, I'm excited about this new angle. I think it's going to work out really good. Will be the next one. Okay, so now I believe we're just right. I'm gonna try to zoom in on this thing as when we get to this portion of the video, and I'm going to do my best to keep my hands out of your way. Oh yeah, that's looking really, really nice. Now that's all the way in, and I've already confirmed that 18 gear is the minimum. I don't have one here. I don't have an 8mm shaft with an 18mm gear. This one out. What's this one? This is a 20. Okay. Look at it. Now, I just went and ordered an 18-tooth pinion, and it turns out that an 18-tooth is the smallest we can go. All right, and an 18-tooth, the root of the gear is the same size as this shaft. So what I'm doing for now, just to get us in the range, because it's not going to be here till Monday, and I'm going to continue working. So what I'm doing now is I'm going to butt up. I don't think it's necessary to draw a gear to do this when I'm going to have one on Monday, but I'm going to butt this thing up to here. That's the 18-tooth pinion on there, and we're maxed out on our adjustment. Actually, the maxed out on the adjustment will go slightly lower than this, but you can see how an 18-tooth gear pinion, the root of the 18-tooth gear pinion gear, you can see that the root is smaller than the 16mm shank, and you're not going to want to. Nobody's going to make a smaller shank. Maybe somebody makes a 12. You never know, but it ain't going to fit this application. So we are there. We are ready to roll. I sent this out to a couple of test guys, and they're going to give me their opinions on it, because I never bring anything to market without running it by the guys. All right. Please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, M2C Racing, and thanks so much for hanging out and coming along with me. We're going to do a lot more videos this year, and we're going to have a lot of fun with a lot of new products. So come check us out at www.m2cracing.net and get you some awesome parts right now.